Have you ever had this feeling? You spent the whole day busy. Meetings, emails, errands. But at the end of the day, the most important thing, the thing that really mattered, never got done. We often tell ourselves, I worked so hard today, but much of our time goes into things that feel urgent, but aren't truly important. That's why some people, even though they seem to do less, actually achieve much more. It's not because they're smarter or luckier. It's because they live by a few simple habits. Habits that help them choose, focus, and act on what matters. Today, I want to share 3 of those habits with you. The first is about deciding what to do first. The second is about saying no. And the third is about focusing on one thing at a time. If you often feel busy but unproductive, these habits could change your life. Let's start with the first one. Organize tomorrow today. Picture this. You walk into a restaurant. The menu has 10 dishes. All of them look fine, but only 2 or 3 are the restaurant's true specialties. If you knew which ones those were, you'd order them first. You'd leave satisfied even if you didn't try everything else. Every day of your life is like that menu. You might have 10 things to do: emails, errands, meetings, chores, but only 2 or 3 really matter. Those are your signature dishes. They are the ones that push your life forward. Think of a student preparing for exams. They have 5 subjects to review. If they try to study each equally, they'll spread themselves too thin. But if they know the key subjects that shape their grade, they should spend more energy there. Or think of someone at work. They open their inbox and spend the first 2 hours replying to emails. It feels productive, but in truth, the big project, the one that could lead to a promotion, hasn't moved an inch. So what's the solution? Every day, spend 5 minutes to answer 2 questions. What are the 3 most important things I need to do tomorrow? And which one of those is the must-do no matter what? Write those 3 down, highlight the one that matters most. Do that first before anything else. Why does this work? Psychology has a name for it: the Zeigarnik effect. Our brain hates unfinished business. When you set clear priorities today, your subconscious mind keeps working on them overnight. Writers, scientists, and problem solvers often use this trick. They jot down a problem before bed and wake up with fresh ideas. To make this habit stick, do it before lunch, not before bed. At lunch, your mind is fresher. And even if tomorrow gets messy, spend at least 1 minute starting your top task. That 1 minute is enough to set things in motion. Remember, if you don't choose your priorities, someone else will. And then you'll be living their agenda, not yours. That's habit number 1. Organize tomorrow today. Now, the second habit. Learn to say no. Imagine this. You get home after work, sit down to have dinner. Just as you take the first bite, your phone buzzes. A colleague needs help finding a file. Without thinking, you put down your fork and start searching your computer. By the time you're done, the meal is cold and the evening you planned for yourself has slipped away. If I ask you, which is more important, your own time or your colleague's sudden request, you'd probably say your own time. But your actions said the opposite. Why? Because urgency feels louder than importance. This also happens at work. You're focused on a report due today. Then your colleague sends a stream of quick questions. You stop, answer them, and by the time you return, your focus is gone. The report is late, you stay overtime, and you complain about your colleague. But the truth is, it wasn't your colleague. It was your lack of courage to say no. Urgent things show up every day. Emails, pings, notifications. But every time you say yes to one of them, you're saying no to something else. Maybe your project, your rest, or your health. Saying no is not easy. We grow up being taught to be polite, to cooperate, to agree. At work, we feel pressure to say yes to higher-ups or teammates. But if you never say no, your life will be pulled apart. I once heard a story about a retired athlete. He always said yes to everyone. If people asked for help, he gave it. It looked generous, but he was exhausted. He spent all his energy on others and almost none on the things that mattered to him. Later, He made one small change. He put a photo that meant something to him on his desk. Whenever the phone rang, he looked at the photo first and asked himself, what am I really saying yes to? That tiny pause helped him choose better. So remember this, every yes is also a no. The question is, what exactly are you saying no to? Are you rejecting distractions, or are you rejecting your real priorities? If it's hard, give yourself reminders. Put a sticky note on your computer. Is this really important? Prepare a polite line in advance. I'm in the middle of something critical, let me finish and then I'll help. This isn't being rude. This is protecting your focus. I'll be honest, I'm still practicing this myself. I still catch myself checking emails when I should be resting. I still miss evenings because I failed to say no. But compared to yesterday, I'm a little better today, and that's what counts. Habit 2 is simple. Make no part of your daily life. Especially say no to things that are urgent but not important. Because every time you say no, you're actually saying yes to what truly matters. And now, the third habit. Focus on one thing. There's a story of a climber. The mountain was brutal. The weather was harsh, the air thin, the journey long. Thinking about the days ahead almost broke him. So he chose a new strategy. Don't think about the whole climb. Just focus on the next step. One step, then another. That's how he reached the summit. This is the power of focus. When we scatter our attention across too many things, we feel overwhelmed and lose momentum. But when we narrow our attention, we move forward with strength. In modern life, the trap is confusing busy with productive. Your phone buzzes, your inbox fills, meetings pop up. You're in constant motion, but at the end of the day, nothing important is finished. Think of two kinds of fire. One produces a lot of smoke, but little heat. From a distance, it looks big, but it doesn't cook anything. The other burns steady and strong, with real heat. Many people live in the smoke, always busy, always talking, always rushing, yet producing little real impact. Maybe you've done this yourself, starting 3 books at once, but finishing none. Signing up for 5 online courses, but dropping out after the first few lessons. Or being in endless meetings at work, yet no decision ever gets made. That's what it means to be busy without results. The way out is single tasking. When you're writing, just write. When you're studying, just study. When you're resting, just rest. Give your full attention to one thing at a time. Of course, it's not easy. Technology bombards us with notifications. That's why you must design your environment for focus. Turn off notifications. Close extra tabs. Set a timer, say 25 minutes, and commit to only one task until it rings. When you finish, the sense of progress pushes you forward to the next step. So don't measure your day by how busy you were. Ask instead, did I finish one important thing today? If the answer is yes, then the day was worthwhile. That's habit 3. Focus on one thing. So here we are, 3 habits that can reshape your life. Organize tomorrow today so you always start with what matters most. Say no so you protect your priorities. Focus on one thing so your energy creates real results, not just smoke. If you practice these habits, you'll stop drowning in busyness. You'll end each day knowing you pushed your life forward even by just one step. And remember, habits take time. You'll stumble. You'll forget. You'll want to quit. That's normal. Don't measure yourself against others. Measure yourself against yesterday. If today you did a little better, you're on the right path. So here's my challenge for you. Don't try to master all 3 at once. Pick one. Maybe it's writing down tomorrow's top 3 tasks at lunch today. Maybe it's saying no once when you normally would have said yes. Maybe it's giving yourself 25 minutes of pure focus. One small step is enough to start the change. So, I'll leave you with this question. Which habit will you choose to practice tomorrow?